Hi there, my name's Mark Bowyer. After travelling in Vietnam for more than 20 years, there are still a handful of places I haven't yet visited. And until recently, I hadn't made it to one of the country's most spectacular provinces, Ha Giang province, on the Chinese border in the far north. Travellers have been visiting other areas of Vietnam's far north, especially Sapa, since the mid-1990s. Access to Ha Giang, though, was always much harder. It was visited only by the most adventurous, usually on the back of a Minsk motorbike. Big improvements to the roads up here, though, mean that Ha Giang is more accessible than ever. There are still plenty of long drives, but the views are amazing, even from the road. And there are also lots of opportunities to stop for a wander around quaint little villages too.
Cao Bang.
We broke up our journey to Ha Giang visiting Vo Linh, about 4 hours north of Hanoi. Already the countryside was dotted with minority villages, and Vo Linh is home to Thac Lake, Vietnam's largest. It's not a natural lake. It was created in the 1980s by a hydroelectric dam. Always love how these guys row with their feet. Looks pretty relaxed. And this woman was multitasking. Good afternoon. We're coming towards the end of day one of this little expedition. It's about a 5-day, 6-day expedition that's going to include Ha Giang in the far north and Ba Bè Lake as well. So we're exploring some areas of the far north in Vietnam that I've never seen before, and we're on a man-made lake at the moment. And so stay with us for some really interesting travels, and I'm pretty excited to be heading to this place, this part of the world, for the first time. This was our home for the night. A few timber shacks, nicely done, overlooking the lake. From Vo Linh, we headed north to Ha Giang, with some stops along the way. It was November and the end of the rice harvest, so the country wasn't as lush as it is at other times of the year, but it was still beautiful. We stopped whenever we saw a village that looked worth visiting, like this tea plantation. Cơm, phở, binh dân, rice and noodles for ordinary people. That's what the sign says, and this is the kind of simple place we ate at throughout our trip. Country-style Vietnamese cuisine. A personal favourite. This is our lunch stop. I don't even know where we are actually. Dip.
Mua được gà này về ninh vẫn là tốt đấy.
Da nó cũng nhỏ nhỏ, nó mỏng mỏng, nó không dày da.
Vietnam style. So we've got pig's tongue. We've got chicken. We've got the
Most amazing
beautiful beans.
The greenest beans ever.
Tastiest. Whoops, and I've nearly broken my chair during the filming process. There we go, back to the beans. And then this delightful soup. The Vietnamese call it canh, and it's got taro, pork, spring onion, and it is so delicious. And of course, rice, never ever to be forgotten. Unfortunately, the locals in this part of the world also have an appetite for bear bile. While I understand its sale is illegal, this sign indicates it's available here. We arrived in Ha Giang, the capital of Ha Giang province, in time for an afternoon walk through a small village on the outskirts of town. Then it was time for dinner at this goat hot pot restaurant. It was Thanksgiving in the US, and while there was obviously no connection, this little rice wine drenched eatery was pumping. Okay, this is what happens when you say hello in Ha Giang. You have to have some rice wine. Cảm ơn anh.
Ok.
Một, hai,
Ba.
Yo! Cảm ơn anh rất nhiều. I was wandering around with the camera while my travel companions were digging into dinner. A variety of goat dishes, including a goat blood pudding that I politely declined.
My best meal ever.
Special Thanksgiving treat here in Ha Giang. Congealed goat's blood with chili, lemongrass, and God knows what else. Dig in, everyone. Yum yum. It's pretty good. Not crunchy bits. It's pretty flavorful.
We all love the goat hot pot.
Very hot pot. Love it, mate.
For more on our travels in Ha Giang, check out part 2 of this series, where we head to Dong Van and Mel Vac. You can also find out more about travel to Ha Giang province at rustycompass.com. Thanks for watching.